All right, so let's take a look at this example. A game has an expected value to you $900. Right, this is important. That's our expected value. It costs $900 to play. But if you win, you receive $100,000, including your bet for a net gain of this much. What is the probability of winning? All right, so we're looking for a probability, but first we need to create the distribution of the random variable x. So let's start off with that. So let x be equal to the payoff amount. And we're going to create a distribution for this random variable x. So your payoff amount will be, so you can either win this much. So of course you're going to win this much, but since we're going to deduct the amount of money we need to pay to play this game, that's 900. So that means your net gain will be 99,100. Or you could not win, so you lose $900 that you put down to play the game. So those are some values of x, just those two. And now we need to find the corresponding probability. So we create a distribution. So here's our table for the probability distribution of x. And here we put down the probability of each value of x. So x can be either 99,100 or you could lose. So let's subtract $900. So we need to know what this probability is because that's what the question is asking. What is the probability of winning? So we want to know what is the probability on the first column. So let's call this one P1. We don't know. Now we also don't know this probability either. So that's not given to us in the problem. Let's call that P2. So here's where you're going to create two set of equations. So the first equation is the one for expected value. So we know that the expected value of x, it is given by x1 times its corresponding probability plus the next value of x times its corresponding probability and so on. Now, since we only have two different values of x, we can stop our equation right there. That's the equation for our expected value. Now, we also know another equation. So this is equation 1. The second equation we know is the sum of these probabilities should always be equal to 1. So we know that P1 plus P2 must equal to 1. So we create a system of equation. And now we're going to solve for this guy right here, P1, since P1 is our components that we're looking for. All right, now we also know one more information. The expected value to you is $900. So we can substitute that right here into equation 1. So I'm going to replace this with $900 and we're going to solve this system. So to solve this, we're going to go ahead and do the following. I'm going to go ahead and substitute my x1 and x2 values. So these are the x1 and x2, substitute them into equation 1. So our equation, our system will look like this. So we will have 900 is equal to x1, that's 99100, p1 plus negative 900. So we just put minus 900 times P2. So that was our equation 1. We substituted the value for x1 and x2. And then the second equation we have is P1 plus P2 is equal to 1. All right, now we can start solving. So we're going to use the substitution method to solve. So I'm going to go ahead and take this equation and solve for P2 in terms of P1. You could solve for either of them. Now, since we're after P1, that's what I'm going to do. So I can take this equation and solve for P2. P2 will be 1 minus P1 by subtracting this on both sides. All right, now that's what I'm going to substitute right here into equation 1 so that I can solve for P1 since that's what we're after. So then we have this equation now to solve. We have 900 is equal to 9,100. P1 minus 900 times P2. Well, P2 we know is 1 minus P1. And then we just solve that algebraically. Okay, now let's go ahead and distribute this out. So we're going to get 99,100 P1 minus 900 plus 900 P1. Here we can move things around. So we have this equal to 900. Now we can go ahead and add 900 to both sides. So that gives us 1,800 on the left side. And on the right side, we have 9,100 P1 plus 900 P1. Now, since both of these are like terms on the right-hand side, we can add up these coefficients and tag along P1. So that would give us 100,000. P1 is equal to 1,800, and then divide by 100,000. So we have 1,800 divided by 100,000 is equal to P1, which is the probability of winning. So if you put this in your calculator, you'll have that P1 is equal to 0.018. So that is the answer to the problem. What is the probability of winning? Probability of winning is P1. So this is going to be we just computed, this is 0.018. That's the probability of winning. Now, if you want to go ahead and find P2, you can also do that, but that's not needed. We're done with the problem. All right, I hope this makes sense. I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.